Hey, this is Jim. It's 5:34 p.m. in San Francisco, California on March the 12th. Please note that all discussions, analysis, and information presented are for general informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial or any other form of professional advice. So obviously you guys probably have heard about the Silicon Valley Bank blow up and the pseudo panic being spread by some people. Obviously, the government stepped in here, and then they released here within the past hour some other news that's friendly to the whole backdrop and hopefully keeps people from making a run on the bank. I want to show you guys something that I've used as a hiding place in 2008. If you guys are around during that whole problem, there was a saying people started to use on TV, analysts pretty frequently, which was that at that point, they were more concerned of return of their capital as opposed to return on their capital. So in other words, you just want someplace safe to go. For the really big guys, they can sweep money into the US dollar, or into other bonds or whatever that they trade. But I'll show you what individuals can do both in the United States and abroad with a little bit of planning. It took me about, I guess, 7 days to set this account up, and I did it back in, seems like, I don't know, 2015, something like that. So anyway, obviously we have this problem, and then they start to immediately talk about FDIC insurance and how it was not enough insurance for some of these VC-funded startups that had accounts with Silicon Valley Bank. So obviously $250,000 is the insurance amount per depositor, per insured bank, and then for each account ownership category. So in other words, if you have $250,000 in a savings account, that's insured, and if you have another $250,000 in a checking account, that's insured, and so on. And then if you had another chunk of money in a different bank, the $250,000 is insured in that savings account, that checking account, whatever. But especially for the businesses, the people talking about, the solution being to spread their money out within like 10 different banks is one of the nuttiest ideas I've heard. I don't know why they're talking about it, but I want to show you guys something that's much easier, and it completely eliminates the third party risk, which is, the biggest concern right now. So it's a government product. The website is TreasuryDirect.gov. So it is www.treasurydirect.gov. So this is the United States government. And what you're doing here is for me at least, I'm eliminating any third-party risk. So I don't have to go through a broker or a bank in order to transact with the purchase of a government bond or a note or a bill. So here's the answer about allowing foreigners to participate as well. Right here, most foreigners can open, and again, it's up to your country, but the U.S. allows it. Most foreigners can open Treasury Direct accounts, which allows you to buy Treasury securities directly from the Treasury at auction without any commissions or fees. So this costs you nothing. And again, the idea for me was preservation of capital, return of capital, not return on capital. So here are your choices. Just to review this, a lot of people I hear on TV pretty frequently, even supposed experts, calling a note a bond or whatever. So a bond is a 20 to 30 year maturity, T-bond or bond. A T-note is a maturity of 2 years and 10, and a T-bill has the shortest maturity, which is 4 weeks to a year. And this is what I would hide in when I would use this, again, as a place to hold money during a storm if you don't want to put the money to work. So here's what this looks like back on the Treasury Direct website. Again, here are the bonds, 20 year or 30 year. which I wasn't interested in. Again, this is a short-term hiding place for me. Notes, again, here are your durations: 2-year, 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, or 10-year. And then for your bills, and welcome to a government website. Everything's all out of order. But anyway, you have this 4-week, you've got a 8-week, 13-week, 17-week, 26-week, or 52-week. So this was the one that I used as a hiding place. And my logic behind it was that I was more than willing to have the money tied up for 4 weeks. And if I wasn't, something else was going on, I needed to have the money in an insured bank. And you're good for the $250,000. And even if you want to spread it out over a couple accounts, I wouldn't be a fan of $250,000 in a checking account just for security reasons. But the idea is that you can go set up this TreasuryDirect account. And again, you're eliminating all third-party risk. It's basically you buying direct. So it doesn't matter. There's no one else that can go bankrupt and tie up your money or cause you to lose your money. And again, a term as short as 4 weeks. So you can basically tie the money up for 4 weeks. You don't care what the return on the 4-week, the T-bill with the 4-week duration is. Again, it's a hiding place. And you're completely in control. At the end of the 4 weeks, I would either renew and go for another 4 weeks, or move the money into a different area where it's ready to be invested in something. But it prevents this having cash sitting someplace where it can either go away or be tied up during the process of a takeover or a bailout or whatever. So anyway, I'll keep this video short, but I just wanted to show you guys again. You can easily set this up for yourself. You set up the account, and then, as I said, it took about 7 days from what I remember, just to wire money over and get comfortable with the whole process. But once in there, it would be up to you how long you're comfortable tying up that money. But for me personally, that 4-week T-bill was a really great solution. And I'm really surprised that these VC-backed startups aren't told by the people giving them these huge chunks of money. If they hand them, 10 or 20 or $30 million of funding in a single check, and leave it up to these startups to know what to do with that money while they're growing their business, it's pretty nutty to me that they wouldn't point this out, because it works really well. That's it from my side. Good luck, everybody.